Alright, we are going to be watching MrMojo. I had to wait for that pop up to leave. MrMojo, who's playing Winston on Numbani. Please help. A game review game where I got stomped and felt lost all the time. I've just started playing comp and I enjoy playing monkey, but this game I had no idea what to do. I know the pressure of competitive kind of stunned me, but I gave my best. Can anyone help me out? What I should or could have done or shouldn't? The Torbjorn kind of stopped me from diving in the Widow, and I have problems taking him out. I also think I could have switched to Diva to counter Torbjorn. Thanks for anyone taking the time. Okay, so this is low bronze probably, and on PC. So we're gonna see it. I'm pretty sure that what we're gonna see is an issue with both your mechanics, your timing, positioning, and knowing how to play the map. Because every single map is different, especially as dive. I think you really need to know how to play the map because you're so committed when you jump in. Winston is like, if you have a bad dive in and you die, then you almost always are going to throw the game. So for starters, no reason to go this way. Just go here, just jump main, and just walk down main. Totally fine. I have a Numbani tank positioning guide that I'm going to link because I'm pretty sure that's going to be super helpful to you. And based on the fact that you're going up here, tells me that you probably have not seen it. No need to go there. Just go ahead. So for dive, you have a couple options. Number one, you can dive from here. Number two, you can dive from here. If they give it to you, you can also go high ground and dive. You could also go around the outside to dive. A lot of options here. But first thing you have to do is you have to scout and see what they have. So what I would do here is that I would just jump over here and just peek, right click and zap these guys and try to figure out what am I dealing with? Like, what do I have here to fight? So in the current lineup, what you actually should dive are these two. These two are really overextended. So you see how if you jump them, their team can't help them. So ideally, your team would be able to help you fight right here. Right, you plus the Moira plus the Hanzo. If the three of you fight these two, that's a winning fight for you. So that's actually the fight you should take, but you need to scout first and figure out what they're doing. So you have to step forward to some extent just to be able to see what's going on, right? The only thing you've seen so far is just the Sigma. I have to see what's going on. So either I can come up here and just zap the Sigma and just take damage and have the Moira heal me while I look, right? Or I can go a different direction, either inside, right, underneath, or go along the outside coast side. Any of these are viable options. I just need to do something here to get information. Another option is also jump up top to collect information this way. So you're being way too passive right now. Sigma doesn't really do that much damage. Is important to note. I also would have grabbed that Mega. 6 health is, you never know when it might make a difference. Sigma doesn't actually do that much damage, so to recognize that, like, you can kind of poke him, like, he does more damage than you do, but not enough that should stop you from going somewhere. So you see the turret now. Turrets are not the biggest problem for you. Torbjorn is. Torbjorn, if he pops Overload, will absolutely melt you. So you need to stay away from the Torb, but you also have Bubble for that. So if you treat the Torb like a Reaper, like a very high damage close range hero, that as long as you have Bubble, you're okay, that's a possibility. So I can see this hesitation right here, so I'm going to walk through how I would think about this. So number one, I recognize, okay, the Torb's high ground. I do not want to dive Torb. Under no scenario should I be diving the Torb. I'd like to dive the Widow, but it's pretty far. Like, I could walk here and then jump, but I'm probably going to get melted along the way, so not a great option. What I would do, however, are jump these two, who are crazy overextended. So I'd be like, wait, wasn't there a Sigma and a Baptiste here in the front? Where were they? So I would walk here. I'd walk to the left and be like, wait, what? And then I would jump and bubble them off from the rest of the team and then kill them both. That's what you should do right now, versus trying to force that high ground fight. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, so we already see that you're taking way too long to set up, right? Like, you should have already been in now and fought and killed or died or whatever. So this is exactly what you don't want to have happen, which is fighting the Torbjorn at close range. He drops, but honestly, he didn't need to, right? Like, he could have just, like, stepped back here and just shot the bubble until the bubble broke and then came and killed you. So it is quite lucky that he did do that. You go after the Widow, which is great. Team isn't looking at to help her, so kill her. Unfortunately, your team is not able to do anything at this point, so you need to think, okay, how do I not die here? So the moment you killed her, you should have immediately dove back main, right, and then gotten healing and survived. The other option is you come back here to the Moira. The reason why I wouldn't think of that is it's so unusual for a Moira to be following you here, but fine, we'll take it. You definitely should not have gone in here. This was the worst of all the possible options that you have. You only have 300 health right now. Your healer, one healer is already healing you. The other healer is over here, plus there's the Mega Health Pack right there. And you don't have Bubble. You don't need to be going in right now. Just wait, get health, right? Be patient. you just dove in the team here, but it doesn't even seem like you wanted to attack them. It seems like you wanted to escape underneath and get the Mega, which is not a good call. Like, you just kind of threw away your life for no reason here. Literally just standing still here would have been better than what you just did. But again, I gave you a few different options to how you could have done that. Obviously, your team's gonna lose now. Okay, we reset again. So again, this Sigma's pretty extended. If my team is available here, I would definitely consider diving him, right? So right here, again, I think there's a viable option to simply jump here, bubble off the Sigma, and just zap him. And force the Sigma backwards. And then I can come back, wait for cooldowns, and then come top. This is also a good jump. No problem here, right? Bubble's too early. Nothing's actually really shooting at you enough. I think I would have recognized, like, okay, the Widow's gone. Nobody really can hit me up here. I would have then just reset, gotten healing, and then go again. Okay, looking at this next fight, I really wish you had Bubble. Because the best place to jump from here, again, stay away from the Torb, right? Do not go near the Torb. The best place to go right now, I mean, you could theoretically dive this, but this is such a weird spot, and I think my Hanzo's going to get him eventually. You should dive here, into this doorway, right? Because you go here, you put Bubble down, right? Force the Baptiste back. Sigma probably has to run over to you. You have plenty of time here where the Sigma runs up to zap, 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 zap. Torb can't kill you, turret can't kill you, and then you can jump back if you need to, right? Or go this way. Lots of options here. Again, don't mess with the turret. It's really not your job to kill turret. It takes you forever. He can out-heal your damage easily. That's fine. Eat the rock. It's fine. No problem. So again, right now, you're starting to take some damage, which is unfortunate because you really don't want to take damage. Again, I think it's possible you can just bubble here and just zap the Sigma and then reset because your team's not really ready. You really want the shield to be broken. But the other option here is to dive the Mercy, right? Dive the Mercy, put Bubble down, zap, 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 zap. When the Bubble's going to break, go back in here, get Mega, reset. That's the way dive works, right? Rarely on dive do you get to jump in and just kill the whole team. It takes a series of dive, reset, dive, reset, dive, reset until finally the enemy team crumbles. You really want to get full health before you do anything. Yeah. Good. So they got picked, right? So Baptiste is down, right? They're going to try to res. Window is up, but good opportunity right now to still jump in. I would try to jump in right here. Bubble off the team so they can't use the bubble. Zap, 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 zap. Baptiste is probably going to get res here, but I just zap, 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 zap. When I need a little bit of time, when the bubble's going to break, I step onto the other side of the cart, wiggle a little bit, and then reset when I need to. But I think you should go now. Nope. So the worst thing you could do is just walk forwards into window. So if you didn't know, this is Baptiste window ultimate, which is going to double the damage of all attacks coming through. So Sigma, for example, is going to do 220 damage on his attacks, right? Widow is going to do something like, well, on a headshot, you'd do something like 450 damage or so, something like that. In the order of that, more, because you can one-shot a Reaper. So 500 damage plus, right? Which is why I just got obliterated right there. You jump high ground, which is okay here as an initial step, right? You can kind of zap right here and just force them back, and then wait for your bubble. I think this is an okay plan. So you saw the Widow come up to you. You should kill this Widow, right? Yeah, just kill this Widow. This is quite foolish for her to do this. Oh, you should have finished the kill, right? The Widow has 1 health. Actually, like 26. You should have finished that kill for sure. That was an easy kill. You do not want to dive the Torb. Of all people, you want to stay away from the Torb. You want to leave the Torb for the very end unless he gets super low. Okay, so you go back. You're going to reset. I see the Widow. I go right away. Yep. So when you dive her, just mechanics-wise, try to land on her left. The reason being is that you're going to see when you dive, it's going to bump her. So I want to land here to bump her away from her team, and it makes the grapple harder because she has to grapple through me or around me in order to get. So this way, it kind of bumps her forward a little bit, and now she's away from you. Again, if you landed over here, it would have bumped her like this way, and then you could have just kept slapping her. Except the Mercy, yeah, that's fine. Alright, you put Bubble down. This is an okay bubble. The problem is the bubble doesn't really help you accomplish your objectives. That's the main issue. Right? And now you don't have bubble to go on the point. Going on the point without bubble is very dangerous. You do have primal here, which might be what you're relying on. So ideally, you get 1 more jump before you have the primal. But honestly, you're so low now that you're going to need primal right away. Cool. You get a kill on the Baptiste. So definitely a lot of primal mechanics can be better here, but honestly not the worst that I've seen either. So I think this is actually a pretty good above average primal for bronze for sure. Right. Yep, stay on the supports. For sure, stay on the supports. Okay, so right here, you have the opportunity to continue chasing the Mercy. You're kind of low though, so I understand not chasing. I think this is fine to reset up top. You went way too far. Good job killing the Mercy. Stay away from the Torb. Yep, as soon as you have bubble, then you're good. It feels like you generally understand to stay away from the Torb, which is good. Put bubble down. Yep. And now you can just zap them down. Yep. Melee finish, almost. So, you really don't want to die here, so I would reset and go main. Because this is going to kill you. Because if you reset, get the Mega, and come back, then you and the Genji easily kill the Sigma. Yeah, that was a big mistake dying there. Because you had jump, so you shouldn't have died. So now your team's trickling in. Pretty common problem. You've already lost 2. Now you can get Fluxed, which means you're probably going to die here. Good job trying to kill the Mercy. I mean, like, you're going to die here, so yeah, I mean, forcing Valk is fine, and I would just get out or die. I don't know that I would reload there, you know. It's like, you're going to be dead here, so you might as well farm as much ult charge as you can. So, continuing to trickle, and you lose first point. Unfortunate. Just jump forwards. Okay. 20 seconds. Yep, I think this is fine. Just charge right click, see what they have, right? Don't get slept here. Getting slept here is like game losing. Don't step forward now. If you step forward, it's harder to back up, right? Because now it's a straight line. You do not need to fight here. So you really should fight on point. On the tank position guide I'll have, we'll make this clear. You really do not need to fight here, / want to fight here. It's not so good. And also, you could have gotten such a juicy zap if you had more ammo here. Right? This is 3 people that you're zapping right now, which is 180 damage a second, which would be so good if you had more ammo. But unfortunately you don't. You need to jump out. You should jump out right away. You really should jump out. This is a crazy plan. Okay, you're just going to throw this point away. Yeah, you're just going to die here. Because they're going to cap, right? And you have 133 health. So the biggest issue here is fighting at, like, getting into a committed fight out here, which is not necessary. So generally speaking, teams do what you saw when you were on offense, which is they try to hold the point. The reason being is the point is much easier to defend than this weird like T choke here. It's just much harder, right? And then if you lose the fight here, it's very hard for you to fight on the point. So if you'd never been fighting out here to begin with, I think you would have been in much better shape. And I wonder whether or not is it because your team goes out here, or is it because you go out here? I feel like the Mercy's like, wait, why are we playing out there? I think you should have just stayed on point and like up here and just like right click and zapped and let your team do what they're gonna do. You know, I like, especially because your Genji can get out, your Kira can get out here. You know, your Symmetra's the only one who reasonably can't get out here. But I feel like everybody else is kind of playing on your lead. Okay, so to recap, I think the single biggest thing is I don't think you know how to play Numbani on the map, right? Number 1. And number 2, I think you don't know when and where to dive, which, to be fair, is a super complicated skill, right? Super complicated skill. And it's going to take a lot of time and practice to try to learn that. But hopefully this was like a little helpful in terms of covering like the general advice as to like how to do it. All right. I will remember to link the tank position guide and also a Winston Primal Rage / jump guide for you.